Big Brother has always been a tale of two shows. The CBS broadcast delivers the polished highlights, crafting an edited storyline. But on the live feeds, where nothing is left to the imagination, Vince Panaro is digging his own grave, both inside and outside the house. Season 27 has had its share of surprises, but Vince's gameplay may be the most shocking of all. With Vince as the new hoe, he has the power for the weak, something every houseguest strives for. But with two close allies, Morgan Pope and Lauren Domingue, on sparring sides of the game, he's being forced to make choices that are destined to make at least one person unsatisfied with his decision. Yet, beyond the game, Vince's closeness to Morgan has caused massive drama in his personal life. His outside girlfriend, Kelsey, has not been fond of the relationship, even willing to call it quits. No matter what happens, Vince's catastrophic decision-making from a strategic and personal perspective is likely going to cost him his game and relationship. Vince entered the game unemployed. He's about to leave single. As Will Williams said to Julie Chen Moonves following his eviction last week, Vinny the Lip can convince anyone of anything. He's charismatic and empathetic. He's the kind of person whose greatest skill is telling people what they want to hear. It's lip service, so the name is fitting. Early on in the game, Vince formed an alliance with Lauren, but as the dynamics in the house shifted, he grew closer to Morgan. They served as a formidable duo, but with so much downtime, game talk slowly shifted into lengthy hugs and bed sharing. Though Vinny was adamant about having a girlfriend, there were no emotional ties to Morgan. Just human connection. She may not have said it out loud, but she has formed feelings for her ally. With Morgan wanting Vince all to herself, both as an ally and a person, Lauren finally began to push back in as her other allies began to disappear. So, during the White Locust twist, after Vince successfully completed the maze, Vince chose who played next. He went with Lauren, causing a complete and utter meltdown for Morgan. Not only was she jealous, but she also knew that she was no longer Vince's number one. Her meltdown forced Vince to convince Lauren to pick Morgan next, on the condition that Morgan select Kelly Jorgensen next. She did not. Now, Lauren was pissed at Vince. Thankfully, with the shock of Rachel Riley's elimination, he was able to smooth things over. Temporarily. Vince won hoe, and it could not have been worse timing. Having to nominate 3 individuals, his decisions officially showed his hand. Morgan pushed to have him nominate those outside of the judges' alliance. So, he did. Then, Morgan won the Zingbot power of Veto. But to make matters worse, the alleged jabs coming from the infamous Zingbot ribbed their closeness. It caused chaos. Knowing the zings were made because of outside perception, they still grew even closer. Vince asked Morgan to sleep in his hoe bed with a pillow barrier, while Morgan asked Vince to renominate Lauren when she used the POV to take down Ava Pearl. And guess what, he did. He bowed down to the girl, with whom he was not in an official relationship, while single-handedly destroying his social game by losing an ally. Lauren, a very kind and sweet girl, tried not to let her emotions flow, but she knew she had been played, since she had just kept him safe last week. So, while Vince deals with real-time girl problems, unbeknownst to Vince, Kelsey, who was running his Instagram, was fuming. Though nothing had occurred outside the hugging and intimate touching, they did have their own showergate as they showered together in the communal bathroom. Like it or not, Vince is engaged in emotional cheating. Kelsey, who has been hounded by the fans, had previously left a comment stating, "I never gave an okay to flirt as a strategy. We talked extensively about boundaries before he left." She made it clear that he'll have to deal with the consequences of his actions. Though he'll suffer them when he discovers Kelsey has unfollowed him, Vince is completely unaware of the consequences of his game. His game resume is decent with 3 hoe and 1 BB Blockbuster win, but his social game and jury management are less than desired. Vince is a people pleaser who doesn't actually know how to do so. All he's done is show he's an expert at betrayal. He has been an emotional player, but now, he has to own his flaws if he wants to maintain any relationship or potentially win the game. It's time to man up. However, Big Brother Season 27 has been a roller coaster, and the latest stretch has delivered one of the messiest weeks yet. From Vince Panaro's disastrous head of household, HOH, reign to explosive live feed drama, the house has never felt more volatile. Vince Panaro's HOH was supposed to be a turning point. Instead, it quickly unraveled into chaos. His strategy failed to stick, leaving both his allies and rivals scrambling. The fallout has put him in a precarious position, with many questioning if his game can recover from the blunder. The power of Veto only added fuel to the fire. One tipsy houseguest, Ava Pearl, delivered a rant about clout and loyalty that underscored growing fractures. Meanwhile, the Veto reshaped the nominations, forcing the house to rethink alliances and sparking a new round of strategy talks. What looked like an easy week for Vince has now turned into an uphill battle. Rob Has a Podcast captured the chaos in real time during the September 16th live feed updates. The feed showed shifting loyalties and bubbling resentment as players scrambled to secure safety. With paranoia running high, every whispered conversation seemed to carry outsized weight. Viewers watching the feed saw the tension explode into full-blown meltdowns that could reshape the trajectory of the game. Big Brother Season 27 has never shied away from drama, but this week underscores how fragile the balance of power can be. Vince's HOH failure and the Veto shakeup have set the stage for one of the most unpredictable votes of the season. With trust at an all-time low, the next eviction promises fireworks. For fans, the message is clear: keep watching, this season is far from settled. As Big Brother Season 27 continues, every move matters more than ever. Whether Vince can claw back his standing or becomes the next casualty remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the drama is only just beginning. However, Big Brother 27 continues to deliver strategic turns as the September 15, 2025, live feed updates revealed how alliances and plans shifted after the Power of Veto ceremony. Head of Household Vinny originally nominated Ava Lauren, Kelly, and Keanu for eviction. The Veto introduced a twist when Morgan secured the win and used it to remove Ava from the block. Terminal list: Dark Wolf Episode 6 ending explained. Who is the real shepherd? Is Dean Cypher connected to Marie? Gen V Season 2 Episode 1-3 recap. This decision forced Vinny to nominate Lauren as the replacement, which immediately changed the dynamics inside the Big Brother house. The feed showed how multiple house guests reacted to these moves, revealing new layers of tension and shifting targets. Lauren tried to repair her standing by stressing loyalty and long-term partnerships. At the same time, Keanu pressed Vinny on independence and honesty, while Kelly and Lauren reconnected to measure how far they could trust each other. Morgan remained vocal about consistency, while Vinny struggled to manage competing demands from allies. These interactions underline how quickly the game can turn in a single week. Conversations highlighted doubts about trust, frustration with broken promises, and attempts to realign before the next competition. With the blockbuster looming, the outcome could heavily influence whether Vinny maintains control or loses ground to rival players. After Lauren's replacement nomination, Keanu took time to meet with Minnie and share his concerns. He told him that two-man bro were being shaped by other big eyeing. You need to start working through things on your own and stop listening to people coming into the room and crying. Keanu suggested that relying on others for input would leave Vinny vulnerable, especially if conversations kept circling between Morgan, Kelly, and Lauren. Vinny admitted that information often moved around the house faster than expected. He observed that comments he made to Keanu would reach Kelly, and anything said to Morgan or Ashley would quickly find its way back to Keanu. He explained this cycle as one reason why he tried to limit conversations to only a few trusted players. Keanu emphasized that this approach might still not be enough if Vinny continued to let others dictate decisions. Their discussion reflected his desire to make the week's outcome about independence rather than influence. This moment also revealed how Keanu hoped to secure his position by positioning himself as someone who could separate game strategy from emotional appeals. Later in the day, Kelly checked in with Lauren to see how she was handling her time on the block. Kelly asked, "How are you doing? It's been a long time since I knew how you were feeling." Lauren explained that she was focused on studying the game and preparing for the Blockbuster competition. This quiet moment highlighted how both players recognized the importance of working together despite their positions. Lauren had already stressed to Vinny earlier that Kelly trusted her more than anyone, and this conversation seemed to confirm that Kelly still valued their connection. Both understood that Keanu believed he had the numbers and that perception could be used to their advantage. Kelly did not make promises but listened closely as Lauren shared her perspective on how the votes could fall. The exchange showed that while alliances were shifting, personal trust still mattered. For Lauren, this was a chance to strengthen ties that could keep her safe if the Blockbuster turned against Keanu. For Kelly, it was an opportunity to remain flexible while still aligning herself with someone who had no intention of targeting her directly.